Hello everyone, back again with another video. This one will be on fasting. I did a post about 2 days ago and I said I would have a video coming soon, so here it be. And how's everybody doing? If you are joining me on this weight loss journey, if you'd like to leave a comment on how you're doing so far, I started on the 11th. I think I posted the video on Saturday. So if you are going to try this with me, by all means, please leave a comment below. And also, if you have anything to add to it, I would love to hear it, because we're all doing this together. So anything that you may want to add that may be of help to myself or anyone that is doing this journey, please leave a comment or even DM me. I'll love to hear and read. Sharing is caring. Teach one, each one teach one to reach one. I'm a teacher as well as a student. Student first. Always willing to learn. So I'm gonna start off with looking at my notes. Just start off with what intermittent fasting is. It's a term that's used for various diets, and with that, people may think of diet as just some, I'm going on a diet and trying to lose weight. But diet can also mean the etymology of this word can also be customary way of eating. Like a doctor may say, what's your diet? He's actually asking, what is your customary way of eating? What are you consuming? So they can kind of see, especially if you're going to a doctor because you may be sick or something's going on with your digestive system. So they may ask, what is your diet? Or they say, I want to change your diet. And so that's another way of saying of food that you're eating. They may add or take away from what you normally eat to something that may be helpful for you, for your body to heal. So that's basically what this is about, fasting. It's the body to heal. If you saw in my post, it shows, 12 hours that's helping your body. So anytime, if you're consistently eating all the time, especially big meals, it takes your body about 4 hours to digest food. And that's why and some people and the later you eat, that is not really helping your body, because they try to say be finished eating at least by 7, 8 o'clock, because it takes, like I said, takes your body 4 hours to digest the food. Then after that, the body, when you're resting, when you get your rest as well too, your body is basically regenerating itself. It's the liver does what it does at a certain time. Your kidneys do what it do at a certain time. And I've read and also have been told through videos and things that I have watched, that when your body wakes up at a certain time of night, that's that organ, and it may be out of balance, and that's why you're waking up in the middle of the night at certain times. So that's a telltale sign too of what's going on in your body. Just a side note. And so it helps your digestive system to rest when you fast, because now it's not digesting any food, you're not consuming anything. It also, once it helps the body to heal, then it also eats on another thing too. I was gonna say it eats on the fat, but I'm gonna leave it at that, the fat. But what I was going to say was that also when your stomach growls, it's actually, they tell us that we're hungry. We're not hungry. That's actually the body already doing what it is. The digestive juices in our stomach is already eating away because we have stored fat. So it's already doing that. So, you know, if you could get through those hunger pains, then you'll see they stop. Because the body has eaten what it needs to eat. You know, you may feel I know I've gone through it. You may feel a little nauseous, and see, that depends on what the body's eating off of. If eating on something that's really not healthy, but at the same token it's burning, it turns into a gas and it releases. That means it's probably something that was toxic that was in your body. If when your stomach growls and you feel sick after a certain amount of time, that your stomach is still growling, when in actuality it's really the stomach juices in there basically dissolving away. So it's really already eating. So that's basically what that is, that grumble. So if you can really get through that, then you'll see you're no longer hungry, because in the body it'll stop. Then it may start again, but see, it's just going through the process of that, because when you do that, you're losing weight. That's where your weight is going down and going down, because the body is now eating off of what you have on, what's going on within you. And that's where the healing comes from, as far as the fat loss, anti-aging effects. You start looking younger because it's getting rid of what's making you look older. That's the autophagy is basically, and it improves your lymphatic system and all that. And people that have diabetes, it helps with that. So fasting will help you in a lot of ways. And I also I did not post, oh, I should have posted it. I will post I have a, or I just may either I post it or I may put up on this video the different fasting times, because the one that I do is 18 hour, or my eating window is from 11 to 7, and then from 7 to 11. There's 18 hours in my 16, 8. Yeah, I was doing 12 to 6. Then I changed it from 11 to 7. I may need to change it 11 to, maybe 11 to 5. Let's keep it 16, 8. So that's 18, 6. I'll leave it at that. And then it doesn't mean you have to eat that whole, that just gives you, that's the window that you can have. And you can do yours different. You don't have to be 11 to 7, it could be 12 to 8. You could do, 6 to 12, or 7 to 1, or if you starting later, 8 to 2. That's still 18 hours. Yeah, it's 18 hours. I'm still talking 18 hours, but yeah, I'm doing the 11 to 7, then 7 to 11, which is 16 hours. Yeah. So that's what I'll be doing. And then they have fasting where you can, do 12 to 12, or 12-hour fasting, 12 hours of eating time, or 14 hours of fast and 10 hours eating time, like I was saying, the 16 hours or the 8, and then you can do 20, and then you have a 4-hour window. So outside I was doing 18. So, and then you can do meal skipping where you may not eat breakfast. So there's different ways you may eat breakfast. You may not eat breakfast or lunch. Or you may just, once again, just skip dinner or skip lunch. Or you can skip a whole day altogether where you fast 24 hours. And then you go back to your regular or how you want to fast. And this is really good for the nervous system and the body as a whole. And so yeah, I've chosen to do the 11 to 7, my eating period, and then I skip a day where I do 24-hour of fasting, and then go back to my regular how I was eating, like that. You have to see how that works, that plays out. Because yeah, I'm tired of, and I've been saying, so I'm tired of being tired, of not being where I want to be. The only way to get it done is to get it done, is to do it. So I'm trying again, and I like to say again, I appreciate the encouragement that I've been getting, and to do this and to push forward. And it's all about self-care and doing what needs to be done for self. I plan to be here a long time. This is a new day and age where living a longer life is possible. So I would like to be in that number of living a longer life. So this is one way to do that, by eating healthier and eating the way that our body was created to eat. So with that being said, let's start off with what I was saying on what intermittent fasting is. And also to add on, breakfast. It is actually break fast. So that's another thing too. Breakfast is really you breaking your fast, because from not eating from the day before to the next day. So never thought about that until it was, kind of put in perspective that breakfast actually means break fast. So yeah, the meals are limited to like 4, like I was saying, you can do the 24, the 20-hour window where you're fasting, then the 4-hour window where you just eat. And then you can do the alternate days where you eat one day, then you fast the next day. So, and then like I said, the other ones in between where it's different ones. You do fast 12 and then 2-hour window to eat. And that's one way you can work up to where you're eating, where your window of eating is less. So you do what's best for you, and you know where you're trying to get and what reasons you're doing it for, or your intentions. And people think of, when you're fast, it's all about religion, but it's really has nothing to do with religion. Well, in actuality, your body, you yourself is the religion. because it helps with your mind and your spirit when you fast. It helps you to become closer with God, one with God. And fasting, it helps to cure most of the chronic illnesses that we now experience in the West because of the food that is being put in our face and saying that is wonderful and good to eat. And that causes issues that, support us having to go to the doctor, which supports having to use health insurance, which supports having to use pharmaceutical medicine, and this unhealthy way of eating. You have to go to the dentist and all this stuff. So, we are on doctors because before there were doctors, who was the doctor for ours? And who knows us better than we do? So there's something to think about. And it helps us to live long and prosper. It helps with our heart. Also, it lowers level of insulin-like growth, which protects us from many kinds of cancer. Reboots the lymphatic system. It helps our brain to be more resilient, so it kind of improves our brain health, promotes brain health. And also wanting to say too, if you if you feel better, doing this with a nutritionist or a doctor, feel free, because they can't turn you down, because if you're wanting to do this, that is their job to point you in the right direction. So I also want to say that too. And you can experience too, because I have experienced, because this isn't like my first time doing this, you can experience sometimes, not like I was saying, nauseousness. You can experience that. Headache. For some people, it might just be a slight headache. It could be a heavy headache. All depends on how toxic your body is. You may have heartburn. You will experience burping, or I just say you will experience releasing gas from either end. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I haven't experienced muscle cramp, but I have read and heard about some people, and I believe that probably comes from what the body is releasing. And then also could be, it's sad to say, but yeah, it could be some form of parasite living in the muscles as well. Excuse me, when the body is releasing was no longer healthy to the body, and see, when the body was dependent on that, it could be now a deficit, so now the body has to regenerate from that. So that's just like a wound or a sore or anything. It's gonna kind of be tender. So, and then also, I have caught myself with that too. Like, when you do get off the fast, it's like you want to eat everything, because it's like the body's like, I want to kind of make up for, and that's when you have to kind of slow your roll and like, because then you're gonna gain everything. You're basically trying to replace what was lost, but no, you don't want to replace what was lost. That's the purpose of you releasing it, because you don't want that anymore. So you have to be very mindful of that too when you get off the fast. Is there anything else? Okay, now autophagy is basically like burn fat and lose weight. Research shows that weekly fasting can trigger weight loss of 8% and waist shrinkage of up to 7%, meaning that fasting is especially useful for losing belly fat. And that's where a lot of women have, it kind of starts there. Then it also, it's like the belly and the thighs. That's where it goes to first. And the HGH, I think that is in, yes, with the 40 hours is 5 times more HGH, improves lean muscle, increased fat oxidation. That is basically a hormone made in the pituitary gland that leads to low levels of body fat and lean muscle mass. Initial research shows that fasting on a regular basis can boost the amounts your body makes, leading to improvements in your physique. And of course, anti-aging reduces risk of chronic diseases. Scientific evidence shows that cutting your daily caloric intake by a third can extend your lifespan by over a decade. Now, who doesn't want that? I'm trying for 2 decades. Okay, so and intermittent fasting is an easy way to start cutting calories. Reduces inflammation. Inflammation is what causes arthritis. Chronic inflammation is a trigger for dozens of lifestyle diseases like strokes and heart problems. And that's really, inflammation is anything. Mucus is, fluid buildup can cause inflammation. That's a lot of stuff that causes, inflammation. If you have redness, inflammation, like when you get a mosquito bump, it's inflamed because it's itchy. But intermittent fasting seems to keep inflammation in check by triggering your cells to break it down before it begins to build up. That's what I was talking about. Like with tartar and all that stuff, it causes inflammation when it starts to build up. That's nothing but your body releasing what's basically toxic in the body, and it's releasing its I really don't know where it's cause this is basically, I know what I don't know. So I be speaking, I am not up here claiming that I know anything, because I know nothing. It's just that it comes to me and I speak it and know it to be the truth. But again, just a messenger. But yeah, like it says, build up, and it made me just think of, our teeth when we have tartar build up. It's still our gums, our body's releasing, things that we have eaten that may have, gotten on our teeth or gotten in our gums, or even it could just be what's in our body, and our body releases, because our body defecates itself, our skin defecates. It has to release what is input in this body as well. It's like how we go to the bathroom, or our body and cells do the same thing. Something to think about. And it may be and also with fasting, still do some type of movement. It's nothing but stretching, or a little 15-minute, 30-minute. It doesn't have to be no vigorous walk. Just regular walk, just so long your body is moving. And even with walking, that's like a reflexology. Every time your foot hits the ground, that's a jolt to the body. So that's even good, but stretching is really good. You find a stretch exercise on YouTube, or or whatever app that may supply any kind of exercise, or if you don't want to do yoga, but that is a very good exercise to do. But like I said, also stretching as well is very good. But it wasn't too long. I thought it would be longer than this, but it's not. But that's about all I have for the fasting. There has its pros, and there's really, the cons can be, the headaches, and you may have cramping or nauseousness, but that's just part of it. But once you keep doing it and your body gets accustomed to it, you won't really have that. That's with anybody that's starting off with it at first. You're releasing toxins at a very drastic level, so it ain't like the regular how you sweat, or when you go to the bathroom. Where this is, you're actually conscious of what you're doing, and so you're kind of putting the body on notice and telling it what you are and what it's going to do. So I am enjoying what I'm doing so far, and my fasting has begun at 7 o'clock. So I will be doing my 24-hour fasting, and yes, I will enjoy this day on, day off. So looking forward to where this will take me, and I'm looking for it to take me where the number that I want to be. And I usually do it myself on Sundays, so that's why I didn't post my weight Sunday, because I had posted it on Saturday when I did my video, if I'm not mistaken. Either Friday or Saturday. So I will be posting my weight next week, and sometimes it can be, so long I haven't gained any, I'm doing good. In the same token, sometimes if you do gain a pound or two, and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, that could be because of your body is now bloating, because once again, if your body is real toxic and parasites may be in the body, that will cause bloating, because they could be dying off, and because they're dying off, that bloats you up. But once your body releases it, the bloating goes away, and then you'll see your weight loss the following week. But if you're not losing any weight, that's a good thing too, because that means you're doing like you're supposed to do. That's also, that what I'm doing is good, because when I do get down to my regular weight that I want to be, I'm eating correctly. So you can look at it in those ways. And I wish us the very best. I wish y'all the very best. And I wish everyone a good evening, a good day, good afternoon, wherever you may be. And I love y'all. And I will be talking with y'all soon. Peace.